Okay. Good afternoon, morning, afternoon, evening, honorable facilitators. So, this is part two of creating a math game with Scratch. The last time, or in part one, this is where I ended. We created the game such that when I click the flag, the game starts basically, and then you can answer the questions. 88. And as you go, it will keep asking you more questions. If you get it wrong, let me put it wrong. It gives me a wrong answer. So this is the game that we created. Today we want to add a few things. We want to add a score. We want to be able to tell how much points we've gotten, and we want to also add a countdown timer so that the player has probably only 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. And then that will be part two. Part three, we'll look at how to change the scenes, because when you start a game, you need to probably go to the first page where you say play game, second page where you choose whether you want addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, third page where you choose maybe intermediate, advanced, beginners level. Then you play the game itself, and after you finish a game, there should be either game over or well done or a closing page. So we'll do all that. This is part two where we put in time and then score. So let's start with the score. How do we get a score? To do that, we need to create a variable called score. Remember, a variable is a container, so anytime you want to put values in something, you need to create a variable. Anytime you want to create any sort of data, you need to create a variable for it. And in Scratch 2, you will not see variables as a category. You rather see data. So kindly bear that, have that in mind. So if you're using Scratch 2, you know where to find your variables. Let's go to data. So I've created score here. Okay, one thing I did was that, watch this, number one and number two, I unticked the number one and number two. We do not always need to see our numbers, do you hear me, when we are being asked a question, because the numbers will appear on top of our character. So you can hide that by clicking this and this. I did that earlier. So our score, we can see, we need to see our score, we need to see how we are doing. So our score variable can still show. So score is simple. Every time you start the game, the score needs to be what? 0. So when the flag is clicked, just put this here, tell him to set the score to 0. So this is saying that anytime I click the flag, set the score to 0 and then start the game, this code. So I've done that. And the second thing you want to do is that anytime the person gets the answer correct, right? If answer is correct, that's if the answer is false in this category, that's number one times number two, then it should increase the score, right? It should change the score by what? By 1. So that's basically it. That's basically what you need to do to get your score going. So let's try this game again. 60, 72. My timetable is becoming bad. Yeah. So you see that the score would increase 8 to 16. So you can see the score now increasing 85, 40, 47, 50, I think 56. Yep. So you can see it increasing. Anytime I get a wrong answer, you see nothing changes over there. So we've done the score now. Now let's create a timer. Okay, let's create a timer, a countdown timer. So we need to create a variable again called time. As I say, anytime you want to store numbers, store data, you create a variable. So the time will be here. No, the time is small like that. Let's put the time here. Okay, the time here. So okay. So the time, to do this, we want the timer to start from 60 seconds. So we'll say I'm going to create a new event for the timer, because I don't want to add the timer's code to this, the time code to this. I can do it though, but I don't want to, because then if I put a loop inside, it will have to finish that code before it does that, and that is not what I want. So I want them to run at the same time. So yeah, so I want, when my flag is clicked, I want it to set a timer to 60 seconds. So that's the time, set the time to 60 seconds. So I'll just do 60. Now we won't have something like set the time to 60 seconds. We just have to create a code that kind of simulates how time works. So I'll go to events and I'll say wait for 1 second. Time, we all know waits for 1 second, right? So I'm saying when the flag is clicked, set the time to 0, wait for 1 second, and then change the time by -1 because it's a countdown time. So I'll put -1 there. Once I've done that, I need to loop it because it needs to keep changing the time every second. The best way to loop this is to do repeat until. So it's going to keep looping, right, till something. So till what? Till the time is equal to 0. So we need the equal to operator as we used earlier. Then we need to go to our variables and then pick time. So loop till what? The time is equal to 0. Yeah. So when the time is equal to 0, what should it do? I mean, yeah, if not said, we've done that, but what should it do? So we need to continue the code. So there are different things you can do. When the time equal to 0, you can bring up a new scene, and we'll do that in another part. You can bring up a new scene, but for now, all we'll do is to stop all our code. Stop all our code from running. So we'll just stop all. So when the time is, when it gets to 0, it will just stop all. Stop all. Stop all. So we'll just, everything will stop in the game. For now, that's what we're going to do. Later we'll do it will change the scene, and then we can officially end the game ourselves. So this is how it's going to work. Let me take this for a spin and see how it works. So 12 to 24. The faster you do it. Okay, something is wrong. The timer is not going down. Change by 1. Okay, so I forgot. Sorry, that's why it wasn't working. I didn't change this change time. It was still change my variable. So let's run the code again. 560. Okay, so we can see the timer is reading down. So 40, I think it's 48. Yep. And my score is going up. My timer is coming down. 8432. It's 9436. 7856. 9327. I just want you to see what it does when the timer runs out. 80. So far I haven't gotten anything wrong. That's good. 11, 11, 11, 12, 1, 10, I think 1, 2, 1 or so. Correct. Nice. So yeah. So the code has stopped, everything has stopped, and that's how it's going to be. So now we have a score, we have for the time. I can probably change the time to timer. I think that would be better. So let me just show you how to edit your variables. Over here, just right click, rename variable. I change the time. I need to apply everywhere. Timer here, timer here. That's been applied everywhere. The time is, and that's one of the essential things about variables. When you create a variable and you're changing something, you don't have to change it in the entire code. You realize that when you start programming, maybe in Python or any other language, or even in Arduino. So thank you very much.